play fake. Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense for the Packers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
The Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the 1st round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away.
The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
And here comes Berrios. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Play action. It's Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Trying to find Bruce Hall on the backfield.
But now it's 3rd down.
They'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slash and run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Third and 2, now Wilson. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. Let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Throwing. Love. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go.
And it's going to bring up a third down.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle to play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
Eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
On fourth down, Love. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this all the way down to the third line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Paul on a give up the middle.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders in the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he's got room. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Elijah Moore, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now it's the backup Darnold. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Sauce Gardner
in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Faking the give, Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Quinnen Williams. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over first and 10. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
They'll toss it out right here to Hall.
And he is going to lose lose yardage here.
Credit Chris Barnes rushing in there and hitting him for a loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They go play action with Wilson. And this is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Dropped incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Darnold from the gun.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Hard to believe this guy was watching us from his living room last week. Now he's under center here for an NFL team.
And not many teams were in the market to sign him, but you have to believe that this team felt like we saw something previously in this guy, and now he has a chance to prove it with us.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Here's Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Play action. Now Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On the counter, it's Hall. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
On first down, right back to Hall. Taken down at the 30.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Very short kick taken right at the 20.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But they'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Wilson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. the more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Ball again.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Hawkins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Darnold on third down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And a short pickup to about the 25.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 25 on second down, Wilson. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. To throw is Darnold. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Sauce Gardner able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, here's Hall. Now he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this thing. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Zerline's kick is up and through.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Greg Zerline to kick off for the Jets.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Meanwhile, Darnold's throw finds its target, Dobbs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Packers first down.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
Sauce Gardner getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Williams to return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positive.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Play action. It's Darnold. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Darnold. Got a man able to find Rodgers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw, Darnold. Open man, Amari Rodgers complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. And here we go on 4th.
Darnold, he's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Darnold now to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack on 1st down, Wilson.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forcing throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the lead will stay put at 17. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel
that they weren't just going into total prevent there. You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy.
And now here is another interception. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also...
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Wilson wants to throw it. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.